College football. Love it or hate it in its current state, it's the second most popular sport in the United States behind only the NFL. The pageantry and traditions from the whiteout at Penn State to Sooner Schooner at Oklahoma just makes fall Saturdays mean a little bit more. Pairing this with the tumultuous nature of the sport and the chaos it seems to deliver season after season, from rivalry games to unexpected upsets, it's hard not to fall in love with a sport that delivers very few dull moments. Heading into 2025, college football is in a serious period of transition. And no, I don't mean the ever-changing playoff format that we seem to talk about for weeks at a time every offseason. That's a topic for another day. The transition I'm talking about is the power balance of the sport. For the better part of the last 20 years, Nick Saban and the evil empire Alabama Crimson Tide ran the sport. They were the top dogs. Nobody has been feared quite like Nick Saban has up until his retirement in 2023. Now more than ever, there are more questions as to who the next king of college football will be. Kirby Smart in Georgia seemed poised to take the reins from Saban in Alabama. They won back-to-back national titles, including one over Saban and Bama. But a couple of lackluster seasons in 2023 and 2024 has people doubting the dogs. Michigan won a title in 2023 and seemed poised to build off of that success for years to come. But Jim Harbaugh ran off to the NFL, possibly to avoid punishment from the NCAA, which interrupted all of the forward momentum that Michigan had. But they're starting to get things going in the right direction under Sharon Moore. Ohio State got their first ring under Ryan Day this past season, but there are some doubts that they can do it long term and consistently win at the highest level. All of these teams should be in the mix for the CFP year after year. However, I think there's one team that everyone is kind of overlooking.
We're not supposed to be here. We're just little old Clemson.
That's right, Dabo Swinney and Clemson. Clemson is currently plus 1,500 to win the national title. Good for the 8th best in the country, sitting just behind Notre Dame and Alabama. Notable journalists like ESPN's Greg McElroy and Fox's Joel Klatt are drinking the Kool-Aid on Clemson this season. A lot of leadership returning on the defensive side of the ball especially, and returning quarterback Cade Klubnik. There's a lot to like there. So should we expect Clemson to contend for a national title in 2025? Clemson is returning 16 starters in 2025, which is tied for first in the country. On the offensive side of the ball, they see 4 out of their 5 starting offensive linemen returning. Also, their top 3 pass catchers are coming back for more: Antonio Williams, Bryant Westco, and TJ Moore. Expect these guys to make Cade Klubnik's life a whole lot easier in his 3rd year as the starter. On the defensive side of the ball, a lot of veteran leadership is expected to return for the Tigers. The secondary is set to be a strong point, headlined by Avion Terrell, who will likely be a contender for the Jim Thorpe Award. 2 starting linebackers and 3 starters on the defensive front returning make this Clemson defense potentially a force to be reckoned with in 2025. That is, if they can stay healthy and build off an ACC championship winning season. As for the coaching staff, Dabo Swinney's group on paper probably is on par with that of the best in the country. Garrett Riley is returning for his 3rd season as offensive coordinator. In case you don't remember, Garrett Riley is the mastermind behind the TCU offensive explosion in 2022. He and Klubnik are entering their 3rd season together, and to me, this is the relationship that's going to make or break Clemson's season. If Riley and Klubnik can put it together, Clemson is going to be very difficult to beat. On the defensive side of the ball, Clemson was able to poach Tom Allen from Penn State. Allen is one of the premier defensive minds in the sport. He helped lead Penn State to a national semifinal appearance this past season. During the playoff run, they were able to bottle up Ashton Genty in an impressive Fiesta Bowl victory. Penn State ranked 7th in total defense last season, so do not be shocked if Clemson can have some similar success, especially in a weaker ACC. On paper, Clemson has all the ingredients to be a national championship contender. But how do they stack up with other major programs? Looking around the country, a lot of other teams are going to be breaking in new quarterbacks this season: Texas, Alabama, Ohio State, Notre Dame, just to name a few. This gives Clemson a massive leg up as their starter has 2 years of experience in the current offensive system. Defensively, a lot of programs are also reloading at key positions on the defensive front and in the secondary. Clemson, bringing back all of those guys, there's less of a learning curve for them. Being able to retain their talent at these positions from the NFL draft and the portal has been paramount to getting Clemson to this position. So realistically, can Clemson compete for and win a national championship in 2025? Personally, I think it all falls on the shoulders of the quarterback, Cade Klubnik. He's been solid in the 2 seasons he's started for the Tigers. My only question for concern is his performance in big games. Time after time when Clemson has a big marquee matchup against another program, Klubnik has been one of the reasons the Tigers don't get it done. Against ranked teams, his touchdown to interception ratio was 7-3, which isn't terrible by any means, but you really want to limit those turnovers against the big time programs because they will capitalize on them more times than not. Defense really isn't a concern for me. I think Clemson is going to boast one of the premier defenses of the sport in 2025. Tom Allen is one of the top defensive minds in college football, and pair that with the returning leadership on that side of the ball for Clemson, I think this could be one of the better defenses we've seen in the past 5 years. Having a defense like this, I think Clemson makes a deep playoff run, even if Klubnik is just pretty good. Do you think Clemson has a chance to win the national championship this season? Be sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you made it this far and you love college football, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. Me and my friends talk ball on this channel all the time, so be sure to go check out our other content. I'll see you guys in the next one.